Hello everyone, welcome back to Planet Coaster and welcome back to Nemesis, the one-to-one recreation within Planet Coaster. Today we are finishing off the station facade, which has gone unfinished for quite a few episodes now. I know. In last week's live stream I did start this side of the station doing 2 archways, and in today's video we're going to finish it off. Basically, we're going to finish off this side in the first part of the video, and we're going to move to the roof, and then after the roof, more of like the decor around the ride, just doing all the little details really, like this Nemesis skin or the bones, whatever, forming into the track. I have been informed that apparently the track is part of Nemesis, and the supports are what hold it down. So yeah, I did get that mistaken with the tracks are. The track is what holds the creature down, but no, the track is the creature, and it's the supports that hold it down. So yeah, just finishing off this side station. Not really much to talk about on this, but yeah, I don't really know. Just using the same technique as what I did on the other side, really. It's quite simple to do, and this is, I've said this before, to be honest. If you're doing a big Planet Coaster build and you want to have lots of detail in it, if you want my advice, make some pre-made pieces, because when you make pre-made pieces, it just makes the whole process so much quicker and so much easier, really, because you don't have to do the same wall over and over again, and it just makes it easier. So if you have something like Nemesis Station, where it's basically the same thing over and over again, but there's only a few little differences, then just make a pre-made piece and just do those little differences yourself after you've placed down the piece. It just makes it easier. It really does. So of course, as well in the live stream as well as doing that side of the station, we also did the the single rider queue, which you can see just there. And I know that they don't use that single rider queue anymore, which is quite a shame, to be honest. It still needs to be in the recreation because it's still there in real life, even though it's not used. I don't know what they use it for now. Probably just quick station access for staff or maintenance workers, to be honest. It wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, there's like a big, what would you call it, like a grilled door. Like what I'm doing now, like a grilled door that stops people from using it. It's a shame that they've taken single rider off of a lot of rides at Alton Towers. And I think the reasoning for it is because they weren't happy with people using it as free fast track, because there were groups, even though it's single rider, there were groups that abuse it and try to use it as free fast track. And they'll say like, oh, can you not split us up? It's like, no, you're in single rider. Being in the entire point of single rider is to fill in empty seats, so the train can be full. That is the entire point in single rider, and it's a real shame that so many groups abused it for that. And it means that people like me, actual single riders, when I go to a theme park, we have to suffer and go through the main queue, and like Smiler and Spinball are the only rides at Alton Towers that have single rider, and it's just a shame, really. It is a real shame, but let's not dwell on that. Let's just do this. Once again, doing a lot more pieces. I think I announced this on Twitter. Nemesis is now 10,000 pieces away from 100,000. And there's still a lot more to do. There's still the ride photos building, there's still that to do. There's still the Helix scenery. I'm just going to do a custom monorail track, because the monorail track in the game is just, well, horrible. So yeah, there's still a lot more to do, and yeah, sorry. I should say sorry. But yeah, it does seem like Nemesis will definitely get above 100,000 pieces by the time it's finished, and I do hope to complete Nemesis within the next few weeks, actually. So do keep a lookout for it on the Steam Workshop in the next few weeks, because it might actually be done by next week. I don't actually know, because when I say there's a lot more to do, I'm kind of lying there. Literally the only thing left to do is a bit of paving, a bit of scenery, and the ride photography. That is it, and then it's done, really. So just starting the exit bridge here, of course, the bridge that comes out from the station. And this is kind of an odd bridge, I'm actually going to say so myself, because it starts off at a certain width and it gets thinner as it goes down. I don't know why it does that. It's just a bit weird to me, to be honest. Yeah, I've always said with Nemesis, I feel like they should completely refurbish it and give it like a big new experience, because it's quite odd with Nemesis, because so many American enthusiasts say like, oh, Nemesis is so well themed. I shouldn't really be doing an American, I can't do an American accent. But yeah, they all say that Nemesis is so well themed purely because of its station and it's all in the terrain, and for someone like me, who's used to a bit more theme than that, I'm just like, you think Nemesis is well themed? What? Like, it's definitely great to look at. Nemesis is a really good ride to look at, yeah. But I wouldn't go as far to say as Nemesis is well themed as compared to other coasters, even in the same park. I would argue that 13, Smiler, Wickerman, and yeah, Runaway Mine Train as well are all better themed than Nemesis. It's just odd, really. You know, so my point is like, Nemesis should go down for full refurbishment, adding so much more theming and adding like a proper experience to it. Like, imagine if they put a pre-show on Nemesis. That would be great, and like would actually explain the story of the Nemesis creature. But I guess that kind of relates back to the conversation about, is Nemesis really gonna last that much longer? Because the last time I brought this up, a lot of people saying, oh, but surely they would just retrack it because it's such an iconic and well-known coaster throughout the world. See, you think that, but it's not. Nemesis is only a well-known coaster to enthusiasts. To the normal person that would go to a theme park to have fun, they just see Nemesis as another coaster. They don't think that Nemesis is this big, massive, iconic, award-winning coaster. It's not an award-winning coaster, but it still gets in the top 20 of the Golden Ticket Awards. I say that as if it's something significant. It's really not. It's the Golden Ticket Awards. They're like the stupidest thing ever. My point is that I don't think Nemesis has that much longer left. Yeah, it's still an iconic coaster. It's definitely the most well-known and iconic coaster among enthusiasts in the UK. But if I went to someone who lives in America, not an enthusiast, just a normal person, that doesn't really research into roller coasters or anything, when I asked them, hey, do you know what Nemesis is? They'll think, what's Nemesis? See, because they don't care. They don't care. And if Alton Towers had to remove Nemesis, they will. Because the way a theme park works is whatever attraction gets them the most money is the attraction they will go with. And that is the same with Smiler, to be honest. Smiler is always the most popular ride at Alton Towers. It always gets the biggest queues. Even though it had its accident a couple of years ago, it's still the most popular ride at the resort. And it's the ride that gets all the money. And with something like Nemesis, you know, you always see Nemesis on a 5 to 10 minute queue, when something like the Smiler is on a 70-minute queue at the same time. And it asks the question, do the GP really like Nemesis? Because if I'm going to be completely honest, I think Nemesis is on its way out. I genuinely think Nemesis is on its way out. My visit earlier this year, Nemesis was surprisingly rough. I'm gonna say it was rough. I got my head bashed quite a bit by Nemesis earlier this year, and it's just, I genuinely feel like Nemesis is on its way out, unfortunately. But yeah, the Nemesis, I don't know what to say really. A lot of you are gonna give me some shit for saying that, but I genuinely think Nemesis is just on its way out. It doesn't have long left, if you ask me. I think Nemesis will be gone within the next 6 years. But that being said, Galactica could go before, or Rita will probably go before, to be honest, I don't know. And you have to remember, theme parks are constantly changing, they're never going to remain the same. Every ride will have its expiry dates. You know, like Vortex at Kings Island, that's going this year. Ramesses Revenge, that's going. The blade, which they said, oh, it's coming back. The blade's going. Come on, the blade is going. But yeah, so whilst I've been talking about that, I've actually done the top of the Nemesis creature, which has like this weird, what would you call it? What would you call this? Like, sort of a weird looking spine thing on its back. Because this is technically the back of Nemesis, isn't it? Because it's like, yeah, this is the back, so that would kind of be like a sticky out spine. I don't actually know, to be honest. But yeah, so I've just been doing that, kind of trying to get the shaping right. I think I realised that it glitches into the station building, so what I'm actually doing here is replacing them all with better pieces to use, and the clip just changed. So I actually had to cut out a bit of the time lapse, so the video will remain below 20 minutes. Basically what happened in that jump to this clip is I replaced all the pieces with a shorter piece so it wouldn't glitch into the station, and I also put cobwebs on them to make it look more bloody, basically. More dirty and bloody like it is in real life. But yeah, so now what I'm gonna do is basically just this little decor thing on the front of Nemesis. This is where it starts, well, the Nemesis creature starts to turn into the track, really. So I couldn't really figure out how I was going to do this. I was saying to myself, maybe let's just do some actual coaster track, and just leave it like that, but then I realised, hang on, no, that wouldn't really work that well. So what I'm doing here is just making my own custom B&M track, to be honest, because it's just the easiest thing to do, and that's basically going to be the rest of the episode, really, and there's nothing much to talk about on that. So this is where I'm going to leave you with some more park music. And yeah, thank you very much for watching today's Nemesis episode. Be sure to look out for Nemesis on the Steam Workshop, because it will be up there in the next few weeks as it is nearing completion. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Goodbye.